You said that USAID provide assistance. So what I would like to ask you, besides USAID, what other organizations also provide that support to the Ministry of Education in terms of ensuring that there is effective response mechanisms in place?
We work very closely with the fire service, we work very closely with the Royal St. Lucia Police Force as well, we work very closely with the Red Cross, St. John's Ambulance, as well as the National Emergency Management Organization, the Secretariat. We work very closely with all of those agencies when we do our drills, when we do training. Many times we get persons who actually volunteer their time and services in training our teachers, be it in basic first aid CPR, be it in disaster management, be it in shelter management. We have gotten quite a bit of assistance from those persons. When we do our drills, for example, the fire service is always there to assist. They respond, they make this as realistic as possible. The police, they have on many occasions assisted and also responded when we do our drills.
Very good. And with all the activities that the Ministry of Education has been undertaking in terms of providing that information and that awareness in terms of the impact of disasters, we saw recently we experienced a tropical storm. How did that align with the activities that the Ministry of Education have been undertaking?
Again, as a result of our proactive stance when it comes to the school safety program, one of the things we have done is schools have been made aware in terms of mitigation measures that they can take, as well as how to respond in the event of a natural disaster. So when the tropical storm Matthew affected us, schools had already placed all of their equipment, they had covered them, they had already placed everything that was on the floor was placed above water level, and so it minimized the damage to both furniture, equipment, books, other resource materials. So most schools lost very little from Tropical Storm Matthew.
You said very little, not that much.
Some schools, the infrastructure was affected. For example, some schools suffered flooding. Some schools, there were walls that were damaged, for example, compromising their security. Some schools had leaks to the roof and so on. So there was some damage, but little. But in terms of the equipment and furniture, very little damage to those.
Okay, very good, because we know that in terms of school infrastructure, that is something that is very, very important.
Absolutely.
So, Mr. Croja, we'd like to thank you for being part of our program. Thank you so much for coming and enlightening us in terms of school preparedness as it relates to natural disasters and also emergencies.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you. You've been watching Let's Talk, where we spoke with Mr. Bernes Kodra on school preparedness as it relates to natural disasters or emergencies. Also, we'd like to say thank you for staying tuned with us, and we'd like to thank the production team. My name is Fennel Neptune. Once again, thanks and stay tuned.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
GIS, serving you better. GIS.
You're watching NTN, the best TV station. Keep it locked.
Independence will be very important for us. Things will be changing in St. Lucia. Things will work better.
Independence, the tune being played all over the Caribbean, echoing through its mountains, sizzling and shouting from its volcanoes, and accompanied always by the washing and beating of the sea. Here in St. Lucia, the sound of independence is about to be played. The tune isn't easy, and the words don't always rhyme. But what great feats can be accomplished if the hearts and minds are willing? Nested in the foothills that come down to the sea, Castries, the capital, is a hilly town of brick and cement, like so many other towns in the region. Right now, an effort is being made to spruce up its visage for the coming event. Streamers, buntings, banners, lights, and it seems as though everybody is pretty keen to get it finished on time. Public services are stepped up, and the beautification is off to a flying start. The Queen is unable to attend the ceremonies, so she sends a cousin, Princess Alexandria, to preside and officiate for her. Is well versed in the affairs of empire, manages to smile a lot, and the St. Lucians welcome her and radiate expectant joy at having her there for this auspicious occasion. The best of suits and white gloves were in abundant evidence. For this representative of the British throne symbolizes but one aspect of the island's history. The French, not forgetting their part in the battles for ownership of the territory, sent a military band on board a naval vessel. And this time, the drums of both French and British beat out a tattoo of peacetime activity. The bloodstains have gone, and in their place, a further symbol of colonial legacy, the governor's house.